And we are very excited because our next guest, we've kind of stolen away from rehearsal.
Busy.
Yeah, seriously. The Wings of the Wild tour. Tickets available now. We are, of course, talking about the one, the only,
Hello, my lady.
Oh, I just feel like you're a girl's girl. We're feeling very comfy with you in our studio.
I love hanging with the chicks. I love you girls, so I'm happy that I get to hang with you.
Oh, that is unreal. Doubts, we need to talk about the new song. What, is it too soon?
No, that's my nickname. That's literally my
good.
nickname. So I just wanted you to know that was my nickname.
It just reminded me actually that my girlfriends and I had a nickname for you, and we don't even know.
Which
we didn't
is
even
what?
know you. Deltra.
Deltra.
Because around Innocent Eyes days, one of the girls called you Deltra, and then you know when things stick with your friends, so we'd be like, "Oh my god, have you heard Deltra's new single?" And then when people don't know our private joke, they're like, "You know it's Deltra." Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's a private joke.
It's a private joke between us and not Delta.
Oh, so you have nicknames that you don't even know.
No. I roll with all of them. I love a good nickname. It's like, does anybody call people by their names? No. So Delta's awesome. Thank you.
So the new song, The River, which we are loving. Now, everybody is like going nuts talking about the film clip, and of course we've seen it. But I suppose like the first thing maybe that other people have asked, or maybe that you might go to straight to ask is, who's the hot guy in the film clip? Are you in a relationship? Were there sparks flying? What's happened there? Did you get his number?
We don't care about that.
We don't, like, no offence, but we don't actually give a shit about that. However, what we do care about is letting you know that film clip was very hot to watch. It was very hot.
It's a different side to you. I got to say, like, this one, the actual kiss is like, I was like, what? This is like a real connection. I don't know. It took it to another level.
Hilariously, one of my best girlfriends was, on set. She's normally just always with me anyway. And Jax, she was back there, and one of my lovely team members was videoing like some of the takes, and Jackie's doing commentary on the side. Like, she's like, "Get it, girl!" Like, she's like doing all this stuff. I was like, "Thanks for wrecking my really cool videos."
I love that.
But speaking of girlfriends, when I was living with two girls, we were kind of partying, and I reckon we would have been about 20 years old. We would go out Friday, Saturday night, all night, and we would watch the Innocent Eyes DVD.
Oh, stop. You are breaking my heart.
But we were... It
Every
was like
Sunday?
a Sunday lullaby to our massive sore heads. It was.
Awesome.
But and we just loved it. And so those songs take us back to that time because they're all big girl sing-along songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have songs with your girlfriends?
I guess like certain hip hop songs, like certain music reminds me of different girls. Because my life has led me into different spaces and different cities. Like if I'm back in LA with Nay and a couple of my girls there and Danny, and then I'm in Australia and I'm with Jax, and we're all Courtney, and we're all just like, we've got this kind of group of chicks that we definitely have our girl time. We have our spaces for
that would
Sunday.
be. I reckon some of your girlfriends would have the same similar songs to you girls.
With me.
See,
What
we're
have you got?
we're Delta Goodrem. I reckon
so
you're a little bit
ours
more
would be
I'm
like
going to mix everything.
Usher, like
I'm not,
to the window, to the wall, to the wall, swept up down my balls.
I saw the
What
swim
is that
team
song?
say that, and I
Something-
was like, totally.
That was me. So if we're going on like class levels, Stacey, you're around here, and I'm like, way down here.
We're Deltras.
They're Deltas. That's
No. Deltras.
Yeah, no, I said Tris. I was totally in on
She is
it.
Delta Goodrem. She can be in on the joke, okay?
Well, I'm Usher by saying my own name out loud like that right now.
Delta. Hey, Delta, can you please stick around? We want to listen to your new song, The River, off of The Wings of Wild. The tour is out now. Tickets available. Would you want to stick around? Because we have got our gem lucky dip, basically all of the gems that we have plucked out of our brains, thoughts we're thinking but not saying, and we would love to get your take on a few of them next.
Absolutely.
They're sitting in a little treasure chest right in front of you. I'm intrigued to see what you pull out, lady.
It'll be fate.
It's Delta Goodrem. It's the Thinkergirls on Kiss.
It's the Thinkergirls on Kiss. Stacey June, Christy Mercer, and Delta Goodrem joined us in the studio. We have stolen her away from rehearsals for your national tour, The Wings of the Wild. The tickets are available now. We've figured out that the night we could come to your show. We're on air.
Oh, no. Always.
We have to, can't we pre-record that?
Or could you?
No?
Oh, our show? Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Pre-record? What's a pre-record?
We're only ever live. What we want to do right now with you, Delta Goodrem, is get your take on a few of our gems.
All right.
The gem Lucky Dip.
Okay, so gems of the day. They are thoughts that we are thinking but not saying. Now, these are taken from our podcast, Thinkergirl, the podcast, that's been going for about 3 big bad years. So I don't even know what you're going to find.
Well,
in
they
there.
could be topics. So the podcast runs at whatever we're thinking that day, but not saying we say it. Plus, it could be guests. So we've had all kinds of different chicks on the podcast too. So
Excellent.
let's have a go.
We just do one, yeah?
We'll do a couple.
Okay, we'll do a couple. Right. Being stereotyped?
Yeah.
Well, do you think you've been stereotyped?
Sometimes. I mean, you know, like I think there's phases where your perception can kind of roll away, but then people see the real you again.
Well, I've read something the other day. I can't remember who it was. It was an entrepreneur, and she was saying that she loves being stereotyped because she loves smashing the stereotype.
100%.
So she loves
to go. That's a more articulate way of answering that. I would like to use that.
Honestly,
that's a good way to think.
I'll have to figure out who it was, but it was something that I read only recently. I thought, that is bang on.
Yeah.
Because especially as chicks, I think sometimes you go,
Yeah.
no, this will be really nice because you can cast me as the dumb giggling girl, but this is going to be really fun to prove you otherwise.
It's important not to box each other and just be like, you know, we can be anything and just to continue to surprise.
Yeah.
I said at the start of my career, I was like, I know I'll always have more up my sleeve. Like
that's
over
nice.
time, I know I'll always have more like to show because I have like we all do so many layers and depth, and I feel like I've always got more.
That gave me a bit goosebumpy
and
too.
that's nice that you've got that self-worth.
Yeah.
I think that's important because I think that's where that builds from.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you want to have
All
another
right,
go?
ladies. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Rejection, giving, and receiving.
Are you more of a person that's going to walk away from something like a relationship more so than the other person?
I think it's always just important to know where you're at and just to be able to be comfortable in like being courageous in if something's right or wrong, and being able to kind of know what you sort of what your path is, and sort of sticking true to that, and being powerful enough to be loving to all that kind of cross your path.
So to call it. So to call
if you have
when
to,
the relationship or the business, whatever, has to end.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to do.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's courageous. It has to be kind of, you have to be able to, but still be loving and compassionate in all kind of aspects of that.
We were talking about it the other day, actually, about how I think society, society puts it, especially for girls, or a lot of people are afraid to be single or afraid to be on their own.
I think being on your own, like, and having that time is so powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I love being with my girlfriends. I love doing my thing, and like, you know, being able to just kind of live that, but also just sort of, it's great having that time.
But enjoy it how you want.
Yeah.
I felt like that with work, I think, and not so much people kind of put that in this kind of career space where you become a career person. It's like, well, it's not really about that. It's more just about, for me, I wanted to get on my own 2 feet, and I just wanted to learn that as an adult. It has nothing to do with whether I'm in a
really
relationship
powerful.
or single. I just wanted to be able to have those things ticked off that I could learn on my own.
Yeah.
And that also helps you walk away from anything that isn't great because you know you've done it before.
When you know
stand up
thyself.
within it.
When you know thyself, when
Yeah.
you really know yourself and you know what you want, when you know what you stand for, when you know what you like, what you don't like, when you get to that place and you're kind of in the space, you're like, it's so
game on.
Because
game
all of
on.
because all of your relationships, when you're in that space, are better for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
True. Yeah, so true.
You know-
Oh, this has been lovely. We could talk to you for another million hours.
D&M session.
I love the D&M session.
Oh, it is the best. At Delta Goodrem on Insta and on Twitter, or deltagoodrem.com/tour. Tickets available for the Wings of the Wild tour. Lady, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's the Thinker Girls on Kiss.